Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the full moon forecast for each life path number for the full moon that's occurring on May 12th or 13th, depending on where you live in the world. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like your own personal numerology reading, please book some time with me. My information's in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, let's take a look. Life Path 11-2, you're going to be working with the vibrations of the 28-1 and the 29-11-2 for this full moon. And so, of course, the 11-2 energy is your own. So you're basically working with your own vibration here. So there will likely be lessons around your life path that you'll need to sort of face and move through around this full moon. But I do want to talk about the 29 because that's significant when it comes in a cycle. And so when you have this energy, this can ask you to be alert, to keep your eyes open, and to watch for opportunities that come your way that may be packaged a little bit differently than what you expect them to be. So, this is a time to kind of be the observer, right? To not just be so quick to be like, okay, it needs to look it needs to look a certain way, right? Release that need for the opportunity to look exactly as you want it to look, because it will likely come in packaged much differently. And I would say use your good judgment, use your insight in evaluating the offers that are presented to you at this time. And don't overlook or ignore any possibilities simply, again, because they're packaged differently than what you want them to be or how you expect them to be, right? Things might come in for you now that seem very small and like they couldn't produce much fruit. But it's likely something that you are meant to build upon, that you are meant to expand it and grow it and make it into whatever it is that you want it to be. It's not likely going to fall in your lap looking as the completed project, if that makes sense, right? So in other words, you could see lots of inspiration come in at this time, lots of new ideas that you are meant to take and run with and grow and nurture, right? And see through to completion. And so if you're expecting the opportunity to show up neatly packaged, looking exactly as you want it to look, it would be easy to say no to it. Or it could show up much bigger than you expect. And that can be intimidating, and you might have to face some fears around saying yes to whatever it is. So in other words, just be careful about overlooking or ignoring any of the possibilities. Just be curious, explore without any preconceived notion about what it should look like or what it should produce or how it should turn out. Be curious, explore, and see where that takes you. And through that process, you'll start to learn to see the advantages at hand and to say yes to them. Again, without being too quick to say no just because it's in different packaging than how you would have packaged it. There could be some kind of new partnership at play here. That can be some sort of agreement that comes in. So like a business partnership, also like marriage, that sort of thing is also under this vibration. That kind of partnership could come in as well. But really business is highlighted here, or again, like business partnerships, collaborating with others in some way to achieve a mutual goal. That's very much highlighted here. So you are going to have to move through your own uncertainties and your own fears that could potentially keep you from saying yes to this new opportunity, or that could keep you from making a very sound decision. So you could be asked to be decisive at this time, and you'll have to work through anything that's keeping you from doing that. With the 28-1, this is an energy that it's an interesting energy. It's a period that, again, offers a lot of opportunities that can come in a series of unusual or unexpected ways. And so again, if you're not paying attention, you could miss them. Or again, if you have a preconceived notion of what they should look like, you could easily say no to them. And so I would say I don't want to say be cautious, but again, open yourself up to what presents. Take your time as you're curious to explore it, to see what works, what doesn't, what aids you in moving towards your goals, whatever those may be. This is a great time to decide what those goals are. There is a competitive aspect here as well. So there could be some kind of opposition, whether that's something that you were expecting or not expecting. You might have to move through that. And if you put too much energy into the opposition or that competitiveness, you could lose out on some partnerships. You could create some kind of conflict there that doesn't really need to be there. So, again, just take your time, be patient. Don't be too hasty in your decisions, and definitely don't be too hasty in saying no to what shows up just because it doesn't look like you want it to. Because sometimes great things can come in small, boring packages. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, 11s. Bye for now.